It's the end of the year, boys. Well, we're reaching the end of the year. Hello, how are you all doing? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, because it's time for the end of year videos. So Christmas is come and gone. We've had a great time, holly jolly, all that stuff. We have to wait an entire year for it to come back. But now we enter the mood of still being pretty happy, but enjoying our new Christmas gifts, and we await the arrival of a new year, 1 year closer to death. And we are entering the year of 2024. Can't believe it. Wow. So we now have to. I can't believe already 2023 is over. This year has flown by. So much has happened, but that's what these videos are. They are the look back on the year that has been. And we're going to start it off with what I think were the best wrestling matches of this year. Now, throughout the year, every time I saw a wrestling match that I really, really liked, and I've done this for the past 2 years now, but my criteria again was a lot more stricter this time. Not just like a good match. It has to be a match where I'm like, if I had to watch that again tomorrow or something, I'd be like, yes, I absolutely would do it. Like if it was on, I'd watch it, no complaints. So I took notes. I took every time there was a match, I jotted it down, and I put it in a preference revealer, and we have the matches. So top 5 matches is what we are here for. So I'm going to go through them, discuss, and that will be that. So, match number 5. What I think was the 5th best match of the year was... and I should say that I'm very happy, because most of these matches were AEW. But I'm very happy that I got a lot of Nuge representation in there too. Some little New Japan stuff. So that was very nice. There was a bit of WWE, but not as much because I really don't watch WWE. But anyway, match number 5, the Death Triangle versus the Elite for the AEW Trios Championship, the ladder match. This was on the January 11th episode of AEW Dynamite. This was right at the beginning of the year. This was after the Best of 7 series had been announced. And they were going crazy. That Best of 7 series is fantastic. This is a match one of those matches you're like, oh, that did happen this year, didn't it? Yeah, it did. This is during the weird times where we were just getting the stench off of He Who Shall Not Be Named. So the Elite weren't exactly super fan favorites yet again. And Death Triangle, I believe Pac was working with what was it? It was either like a broken nose or like he injured near his eye or something. Because I believe he had the eye patch on. But this match is the match out of the Best of 7 I think was the best one. Obviously. Now, the thing is, I might even, if I was to go back and watch the Best of 7, I might find a match that is better than this one. But the problem is, this was the only one of them that was this year. The rest were all last year. So this one, by default, Best of 7 series, that was this year. But anyway, it was a great match. I mean, you put the Death Triangle and the Elite in anything, it works. And this match worked fantastically. The Elite were the winners. I think we all knew that was going to happen. But I really, really like this match. And I think I am happy, though, that none of these men have kind of touched each other since. Because as much as I love seeing the Young Bucks fight Lucha Brothers, some time away from it does good. Match number 4 is Tetsuya Naito versus Will Ospreay from the G1 Climax. This was day 18. This match is awesome. And this match was what I wanted from the G1. Going into this G1, this is my first G1 I'm watching. Right? So I am going into this and after watching many YouTuber wrestling lists, a lot of them are like G1 Climax Day 25 or G1 Climax Day 15, out of nowhere matches that just are bangers. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that. And I'm sad I didn't get a lot of that. I got matches that were good, but I didn't get a lot of G1 Climax matches where I'm like, oh, this isn't what I was hyping in my head. But then this match happened, and I'm like, oh, baby. There's a couple other matches from the G1 I liked. and I think maybe one or two of them made it on this list. I think Ospreay versus Kenta and Ospreay versus Okada made it on the list as well. Maybe some other ones. But this was the match that from the G1 that I think blew everything out of the water. Nothing could beat this. Naito and Ospreay are two of the best in the world right now. Ospreay, this is his year. So him being on here, that's not a shocker. But this was a match where I was like, all right, this will be good. And then it just blew out of the water. And then you had the spot where Naito, I think it's very clear, this guy got knocked silly. He got knocked out, like, legit. And the finish is a bit of, like, they've got to scramble to get the end here. But other than that, this match is fantastic. There's so many spots you're like, oh, that's it. Oh my god, they're still going. And there's so many great moments in this match. It is fantastic. So, number 3 is FTR versus Bullet Club for the AEW Tag Team titles. The 2 out of 3 Falls match from the July 15th episode of Collision. I think that the first match this team had was the first match to really be like, that's the first match from Collision people are going to go back and watch. Like, that's the first big match of Collision. But I feel like this one just topped it. It topped the previous one. And I didn't even bother putting the previous one on my list because I knew when they announced that they were going to do this one, I'm like, oh, this is going to blow it out the water. I don't even need to put the other one on my list. And I was right. This match is almost an hour, which is crazy, and it does not feel... Well, it feels long, but it feels long not in the sense of like, God, when is this match going to end? This is going on too long. It feels long in the sense of, wow, these guys are going the distance, right? Like, wow, they're putting each other through hell. They're not stopping. You know, what's it going to take to put one team down? And I felt like a loss to Bullet Club didn't hurt them. I knew at this point that, you know, Jay White was going to be protected. So Juice Robinson coming in literally just to eat a shatter machine was like, yeah, you're not going to pin Jay White. But I felt that this match is awesome. This is, yes, this is my favorite tag team match of the year. And shocker, it's got FTR in it. But this was the best tag team match of the year, bar none. There were other really good tag team matches. You know, just looking at my list, I mean, FTR versus Better Than You Baby is on here. That was also a really good tag match. Oh my god. Yeah, this match is great. Seek it out if you haven't watched it, which I don't know why. But yeah, this was one of those matches that, like, it's what Collision needed as a new show. To be like, if you're not watching Collision, you miss out on stuff like this, and this is awesome. Number 2, MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW Championship at AEW All In. Their first match was also on the list, but we all knew once they went with a tie, they're like, oh, we're saving it for another day. And God, was this match good. It was long, but I didn't feel it. This was maybe not the best match from a technical in-ring wrestling standpoint, even though I would argue that. I was very intrigued in, like, you know, all the spots they had. But it was more like the story they were telling of, like, Adam Cole's getting desperate, so he's starting to cheat more, starting to cheat to beat MJF. But MJF, as he goes to cheat, he's like, no, wait, he's my friend. I can't do that. I have to win this fair and square. It's like, I love that storytelling. And everyone thought here at All In they would break up. This would be the breakup. This is where MJF turns on Adam Cole, or this is where Adam Cole turns on MJF, and they didn't do that. They just hugged at the end. You know, after the match, Adam Cole gets mad that he lost, and MJF's like, I'm so stupid. You were my friend. And he, you know, tells Adam Cole, just get it over with. And Adam Cole hugs him. Oh, dude, I was so happy to see this, to see that they didn't break up and they kept the MJF Adam Cole friendship. Whether that lasts now, we shall see. World's End is still to come, and the devil may have a certain identity reveal. But this match is great. You know, the stuff where MJF's about to do a cheat move, he doesn't do it, and then Adam Cole immediately does it after. I just love this match. This was so good from a storytelling standpoint and an in-ring standpoint. And by that logic, it should be match of the year, but there's one that is better. One that happened at the very start and just couldn't be topped. And that is Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship from Wrestle Kingdom 17. This was phenomenal. Like, I can't stress how much I love this match. When going into Wrestle Kingdom, my first live Wrestle Kingdom, this was the match I was looking forward to the most. This is the match I think everyone was looking forward to the most, really. This or Jay White and Okada. And, you know, I had such a great time watching Wrestle Kingdom. Even if some of the matches weren't like 5-star bangers, I was just like, damn, this is an awesome show. And then this match happened. You sit up in your seat. You're like, oh, baby. Kenny comes out as heel Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay comes out to Elevated. This match was awesome. The brain buster on the turnbuckle. Kenny just slamming Will's head through the wood, and then he does like the crazy face through it. That is great. So many spots, like when Kenny was gonna do the one-winged angel on the turnbuckle, and you're like, no, and then it just turned into a Kreutz Wrath. Oh, it was awesome. The hidden blades, you know, like all the V triggers. This match was just fantastic, and I think it's better than their Wrestle Dream match. I think the Wrestle Dream match was good, but it couldn't top this one. To me, this is the better of the two. That may be controversial. Some people prefer the second one. I prefer this one. I think it is way better than their second one. I think this just tops it. And Kenny winning was like the shock result. I don't think anyone thought Kenny Omega was going to win. And then he goes and wins. Crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Of course, I guaranteed Will wins the next one. But again, just because it's an obvious result doesn't mean it's a bad one. You know, a la Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 30. This match was fantastic, and it was my match of the year. So those are my top 5 best wrestling matches of the year. What are your favorite wrestling matches of the year? Let me know in the comments down below, and do you agree with my list? Also, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all for the next one.